Hi guys, continuing the MySwing 6 video series looking at the fourth feature, lead arm adduction. We've got a scratch golfer here, 24-year-old, he's about 6'4", has a pretty long wingspan, very tall athletic player. As you can see, we've got, again, the graphs are hidden and we've got the flight scope data at the bottom. In settings, we will take a look at lead arm adduction. It's in the angle section of the settings. Lead arm adduction is the angle between the rib cage and the lead arm. So as you can see, it's best viewed perpendicular to the plane of the angle. Move it around, see it from any angle. As we take it back, you can see obviously 55 degrees at address. Every player is going to get their lead arm deeper or more across their chest in the backswing. What I mean by that is everyone's number is going to go down. So as you can see, Trey started at 55 and he's already moved it in 17 degrees to the top of the backswing, or 17 degrees about halfway back in the backswing. Now from here, everyone's going to differ. Some players are going to maintain around 35 degrees. That would be what you would consider width, where Trey's not. Trey is going to get this arm, his lead arm, well in and across his chest. So he gets it all the way down to 14 degrees. That's a pretty low number. That is something that I would recommend to definitely take a look at. This is where you also check to see the pathology of the player, make sure that he hasn't had any injuries, any shoulder issues. Trey particularly has had a left shoulder issue, so that could be what's causing some of this angle, why the angle's so low. In transition, so we're just at the top. In transition, what we like to see is this number actually decrease. So what the decrease does is it's loading the left shoulder a little bit more. It's called the stretch shorten cycle. So we want to see that number go from, say, 20 down to 15 degrees or so, 5 or 6 degrees. As you can see, Trey is at 14 and he actually starts to increase that number from the very beginning. Perhaps he's increasing it because he's gotten this so narrow at the top. So he's gotten that left arm so close to his chest that he can't stretch it anymore. But what we would normally prefer to see is this number go from 20 to 25 and then increase slightly to about left arm parallel to the ground, and then it start to come off the chest. Again, Trey doesn't load it quite as much, so he's giving up some power, but he might not load it because he gets it too close in the backswing. So we'll continue on again by left arm parallel to the ground. That's when we want to start to see this number really blast off. We want to really see the left arm blast off and this number increase. As you can see, around impact, Trey's angle is about 48 degrees. He started at 55. The main areas, as you can tell from where we looked at, we want to see what this arm is doing to the top of the backswing in transition, and then when it blasts off. So we're looking at the number, and we're looking at the time in which, or the swing position, where this arm comes off the chest. Again, this angle is very important in 3D because this is not an angle that you can see from typical face-on or down the line camera views.